Number 24. Calculate the centripetal force on the end of a 100 meter radius wind turbine blade that is rotating at 0.5 revolutions per second. Assume the mass is 4 kilograms. All right. So they give us the radius, right? So in red, that's the wind turbine, and I'm just in the black, that's just outlining the path it's taking. So it's circular, right? So here's the radius, or the length of the blade, and it tells us that it's rotating with an angular velocity of 0.5 revolutions per second. Now already right away I know I need radians per second. It's as soon as I do my calculations. So let's just get that out of the way. All right, so radians on the top, 2 pi, right? Radians for every 1 revolution, that cancels. So let's just calculate now this value. So 0.5 times 2 times pi, and it comes up to 3.14, right? 3.14. So we get 3.14 radians per second. Okay, that is the angular velocity. Now, let's start with the question. Calculate the centripetal force. So let's use this equation. Let's write it down. So we got the centripetal force is equal to the mass of the object that's rotating multiplied by the centripetal acceleration that object that's rotating is experiencing. Great. Do I know the mass? Yes, they told me 4 kilograms. Do I know the centripetal acceleration? No. Fine. Find another formula now that deals with centripetal acceleration that's going to try to get us closer to the knowns that we have, namely the angular speed, and the radius. Well, this one looks like it might fit the bill. So let's take this result, what the centripetal acceleration is equal to, and plug it on in. All right, so let's do that. So here the centripetal force will be equal to the mass, now multiplied by the linear velocity squared divided by r. Okay, do I know the radius? Yes, I do. Do I know the linear velocity? No, I don't. I know the angular velocity. Oh, man. So now, where do we go from here? So now I got to figure out, do I know a formula that relates linear velocity to angular velocity? And we say, yes, we do, right? Here it is. This equation right over here where it says linear velocity is equal to the radius multiplied by the angular velocity. So now I'm going to take this result and plug it on in for that variable. So now, see, it's just a little puzzle here. It's just a little game. So it's r times omega squared, all divided by r. Okay, I'm going to simplify it in this problem. I didn't in the last one, but this is just going to be simply m r w squared after you distribute the square and then cancel the radius. Okay, you don't have to do that if the math is a little difficult. Don't simplify it. Just calculate from there. Not a big deal. So now here, right, let's plug in. We know all of this now. We know the mass. They told us it's 4 kilograms. We know the radius. They told us it's 100 meters. And we also know the angular speed here. It's 3.14. We did our conversion. Square that, and guess what? Just plug it on in. 4 times 100 times 3.14 squared. And what do we get? We get a value of about 3.9. Well, now here's the thing, right? I mean, technically they gave me only one significant figure here as well as here. So I guess really the answer should have only one significant figure. So that would be a value of then just simply 4,000 or 4 times 10 to the 3 newtons. All right. And let's put a box around it to make it official. And that is officially the final answer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking your time to view our video. We appreciate it very, very much. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to helping you with the next question. All right, take care now.